Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast, live from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride. I'm gonna live it up. Yeah, stay out all night.
Well, it looks like everything's moving how it's supposed to be. Let me make the final adjustments here. The pod track is moving up and down. Now I have to go see if Streamlabs is Are you going to start this coughing thing again?
No.
Seriously, you did it all through off the record. You coughed, you sneezed. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, let's make sure the Streamlabs is moving side to side. Let's double check there and see if we're 5x5 everywhere. Doom, 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 doom. Got to make sure. It's about zoom 8 and got to zoom 8 and got to zoom 8. Does it sound good? Does it sound good to everybody? Well, I'm just saying, if it doesn't, there's problems. We got issues. We got lots of issues. We got lots of problems.
Did you hit record?
I did. Recording on Streamlabs is recording,
sure?
And it is also recording on PodTrack. Looks like the numbers are moving how they're supposed to. Now, I can see in the preview screen of Streamlabs, the handsomeness is coming through. I mean, the girls are in for a real treat on Sunday when the video version drops. I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you, you need to trim up that beard.
My beard is on point. Don't you say a damn thing about my beard.
No, it needs to be trimmed up.
Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast. It's a little bit after 10 a.m. Los Angeles time, broadcasting from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. I am the general.
I need to tell Scott at Glory Cloud Coffee that this tea thing that I bought from him is on point.
I don't even know what that is. I've never seen one until he used it.
Oh,
and then now
amazing.
You've got one. It's like a fold-up condom or something.
Shut up.
That's what it looks like.
You wish it was as big. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, see, you know what? You can take the girl off of Cleon Street in Sun Valley, but you can't take Cleon Street out of the girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's some sort of weird filter thing, and it came with instructions like pour the water, put the leaves in, put the lid on it, hold the lid for like 10 seconds.
It's
I don't
amazing.
know. Well, if you like it, that's all that matters.
And
anyway,
their tea
what about
is
it?
awesome. This is Glory Cloud Coffee, the tea. I mean, sorry, not coffee, tea.
Glory Cloud Coffee.
No, Glory
tea.
Cloud Tea.
But there's no business called Glory Cloud Tea. It's Glory Cloud Coffee. But they
And
also
tea.
make tea.
Yeah.
Is there flavors of tea or is it just tea? Is that just one?
There is flavors. This one is peach, ginger, honey.
Peach, ginger, honey.
It's damn good.
Who comes up with stuff like that? I mean,
Scott.
You're
We'll talk about him later.
sitting around, you got to be bored and going, oh, I'm going to start mixing stuff together. Give me a little bit that peach, some honey, and some ginger. We'll see how that turns out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, sitting here at the Minden Studios, the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada, talking with my current wife, which you get to be here. As long as we're married, you get to be on the other side of the desk from me. Isn't that just spectacular?
Oh, yeah. It's a blessing every single day.
I got to tell you, there's so much to talk about today. I mean, this episode is jam-packed. We're going to be here for 9 hours.
No, we're not. You might be here. Oh, who's coughing now?
One cough.
Oh, are you going to do this the whole time through the whole podcast? Are you just going to keep coughing?
One cough in 6 months, and you're riding my ass about it. Good God. I almost turned down the volume just to be cool about it. First thing was, we had our second DMV experience in the state of Nevada.
Last Friday.
So we go in there the first time.
Hold on. We were apprehensive. Start that. We were not sure what we were getting into.
The first time?
No, the second time.
Well, we'd already been one time, so we kind of had an idea on what we were in for a little bit because we'd been there once.
Right. This is a big-ass DMV, too.
Yeah, it's not a small building. And we went the first time, one of the things we learned was we paid our registration in California, and then we went in, and the girl's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You should have just paid us, because now you're going to pay twice. And it was a lot, and I was pissed. So we have other vehicles, a motorcycle, we got a shop truck, we got a Yukon, we got your convertible BMW, we're turning it into kind of a race car thing. That's all down in California. It's all still there, but we haven't registered it yet, and we learned last time, don't. So you brought in all the titles to the trailers, everything, and said, okay, per your last instructions, we haven't registered it. We haven't paid for the registration. What do we do here? And some of the vehicles, some of the things you have non-opt in California, and some we were just waiting to cross over. And she said, I can give you an estimate on all of these. She put in the VIN numbers for everything, gave us an estimate on it, a little sticky note, and said, bring it back when you're ready. Wow.
And we just had to have the VIN numbers checked,
Yeah,
which are like piece of cake. We could do that.
We could do that. Even on the stuff that we don't have running right now that are our projects, we just put them on the trailer, drive it through. She said, yeah, the guy will inspect them on a trailer. He didn't care. So, I mean, you're talking about probably $3,000 or $4,000 in DMV registration fees in California that we totaled up all of her sticky notes. It wasn't even $800 for all the vehicles.
I know, it was fabulous. I was like, wait, what?
Here's
That's California can kiss my...
There we go. See, you did that the whole day. You were so pissed off at California.
California can kiss my black... No.
Kiss my big, fat, natural, white ass.
Yeah.
So,
Wait a second.
The thing that was impressive about DMV
Okay.
was that I didn't want to go. And I really didn't want to send you. I don't like you going off to places like DMV by yourself. So I said, all right, I'll get my big fat ass out of the chair and put my boots on, and we took off. And we're driving down there. You said, okay, I think I may get the times wrong. The exact times are irrelevant. But I think our appointment was like at 9 o'clock. And we pulled into the parking lot at 8:55. And she goes, my wife says, let's go inside. I said, no, let's do the phone thing because you're supposed to log in. You have an appointment, log in with your phone, let them know you're here, and it'll tell you how far back in the queue you are. Last time we were like 23 minutes back in the queue, then it went to 30 minutes while we were waiting, then 35, then down to 10. It was really weird. So I said, I'm just sitting in the truck. I'm not getting out. You logged in, and it said, you're next in line. Get inside the building in 2 minutes.
That's what it said.
So,
and you didn't believe me.
No. So we ran inside, and you just sat down. You had just sat down in the waiting room and said...
And just so you know, he's pacing in DMV.
Okay.
He won't sit.
How
He's
long-
trying to find a wall to lean and hold up.
It's going to sound dumb. Yeah, she's right, but let's be clear. She sits down, and within 60 seconds, they called our number. So how long could I have actually been pacing? How long?
Long enough that people were looking, going, where's this big guy going to land? That's what.
You know, I was just trying to find something on my phone. I just thought of it right now. Do you remember what the sign said coming in to the door when you went into DMV? Do you remember that weird sign that was handwritten? And
I don't remember what it
Big
said.
damn sign.
It wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice at all.
But it was to the point.
It was to the point.
It must have been done by a Gen Xer.
I found it.
It must have been a Gen Xer.
Okay. The two ladies that as you enter the building, and they're like, this is what you do, this is where you go. Their information, they're very nice. And then there's cops. There's cops standing at a podium, and they're like eyeballing everybody. And this sign was handwritten. I took a picture of it. I should have posted it. It says, information line, appointments, check in on the phone and go sit down. That's what it says. It says, check in on your phone and go sit down. And I took a picture and I went to the ladies who were sitting there. I go, that's not very nice. It didn't say, please have a seat. She points to the cops. She goes, no, they wrote it.
Exactly. That cleared up a whole thing right there. Exactly.
That explains a whole lot. Okay, we're good to go.
1 second.
Yeah.
You
What?
made a comment like about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're turning my BMW into what?
What?
No, you're not.
What are you talking about?
You are not turning into a race car.
Well, I didn't mean like a drag strip car, a quarter-mile car.
No.
Like it drives right now. It runs. We can start it up and drive it.
Don't just fix it up and don't touch it. Don't mess
You don't
with
want me
it.
to take the engine out and put the
No.
small block Chevy?
No. I don't need any of that.
Really?
Now you've got multiple project cars going on.
What a shock.
And I still need a house.
Okay, you can ask about the house later. That's coming. Well, I got stuff on that.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
it's coming.
Okay.
I'm not spending any money on your car. I've got all the pieces to your car
Where?
in storage.
Where?
Well, the car is actually in storage in California, but the engine and all the other pieces are here in Carson City, Nevada, or Minden, Nevada. I don't know. I don't know where we are. It's
You have no idea.
Well, it's over there. I could drive you to it. I don't know where it is. That's like saying, when you look at Carson City, Minden, and Gardnerville, Minden and Gardnerville just run together. It's one town. The only reason you know you went from one town to the other town, there happens to be a sign that says
Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, right in the middle. You've
You've
left.
crossed over.
That's what it says. Yeah, you've
They should
left
just draw a
one.
line across 395 and go, you're here.
That's right. They should paint a line so you know when you cross it. But
I always thought that when you cross states, because Bug Bunny always had a line that he crossed over on the states in the cartoons.
that was horrible education to rely on.
I
Bugs
really
Bunny.
thought when you crossed over into another state, there was going to be a line.
And it became that color.
Yeah, and lights and sirens and
Sure.
things went off. And I was so disappointed.
It's like if in the cartoon California is orange and then Nevada is green, when I cross into Nevada, it better be green.
Yeah, think?
It's not like that. Yeah.
I was highly disappointed. I was lied to in my childhood.
Ruined.
Yeah, well.
So, the thing about the storage unit is technically it's listed in Minden, but it's that you go over this little hill and you're in Carson, and this thing is right almost at the top of the hill. I mean, it is a stone's throw away from Carson City.
But it's not past the sign.
It's not past the sign. But
so you're in Minden.
But it's miles away from Minden. That's like you talk to the Sun Valley Fox, and he gets all butthurt when you're like, look, dude, I know your address is Minden, and Minden's the coolest town ever, but you actually live like closer to Carson City. He goes, no, I don't. What the hell are you talking
Bite
about?
your tongue.
All right. So DMV, that we were in, no lie, we parked at 8:55 and we were walking out completely done, not only with Big Blue, because we got Big Blue registered for $26.
That was the one mission we were absolutely going to, because I told old man Chuck that I would handle all the paperwork for him.
Yes, you took care of that for Chuck.
Yes.
And then you were in there, you brought 13 other documents and just said, can I ask you about these? And she said yes.
Yeah.
And we were still walking out of the building at 9:20.
Oh, it was a beautiful thing.
That was the, that was the best DMV experience I ever had. Number one, she was fun. And she was smiling and carrying on with this. She took all the extra stuff that
They were also on time with our
On time,
interview.
and they took-
our appointment.
They took all the extra stuff that we brought that we didn't have scheduled, and she was very nice about that. And the price that she charges for Big Blue was $26, and the other ones were all of our vehicles were going to be under $800 total.
Yes.
I mean, and we're out by 9:20.
It was a beautiful day.
Now,
The planets were aligned. The sun was shining.
except for as soon as we got outside, you said, well, since we're out so early, you can buy me breakfast. And we had to leave. We did get some other stuff accomplished that day. We were so far ahead with DMV. We were able to do quite a bit. And
You did a lot.
We did a lot. I was really thankful.
You went to the powder coating place. You picked up
the wheels. We went to Hooten's Tire.
Yeah, you got your tires done.
For Old Hickory. Old Hickory's got
You even took me to Hobby Lobby that day.
I was so happy.
Were you?
Well,
Were you happy?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I mean, I was kind of happy.
Why weren't
but
you
once I
happy?
got in there, I wanted to be there for 2 hours.
Oh, you know what? I haven't told anybody this but your brother, the Sun Valley Fox.
What?
I don't know what it is as you get older. You get more dingy. I don't know what it is. You came out of Hobby Lobby.
Look who I'm married to.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're burning my brain cells.
Well, you must not have many left. So you were going to go into Hobby Lobby. You told me you were going in for cookie pans
Cookie
or
tins.
cookie tins. Okay. You came out with a basket full of shit. That was one problem.
And a spray can of paint.
Okay, little spray can of paint for me. Don't act like you were in there the whole time looking for me.
Yours ended up to be the longest I was looking for spray paint. And I'll tell that story in a minute.
Well, what? Tell it now. What are you talking about?
So he asked me while I was in there, does Hobby Lobby have spray paint?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's called Hobby Lobby. Of course it's got paint. So I get what I needed, and I'm looking all over for, Hobby Lobby, if you've been in there, is ginormous.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I got to ask somebody where the spray cans are because I have no idea. So I found this guy. I went to the art section, art, paint, thinking that's
Makes
a good
sense.
place to start.
Sure.
Ran into a guy there, and I said, hey, I'm looking for your spray paint. Well, what are you painting? I said, there's questions for spray paint. Okay.
How did you tell him that we were spray painting lug nuts on a
I said,
1947 Dodge?
My husband's painting. He bought an old car. He's painting lug nuts. So metal. The guy goes, oh. okay. So I go, why are you asking me this question? And he goes, because spray paint's in 3 different locations in Hobby Lobby.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
I said, why? I go, wait, you have spray cans in 3 different locations and I couldn't even find one of them?
Wow.
So he goes, yeah, it just depends on what you're painting. And I'm like, okay. So he takes me to the total opposite side of the store where I was.
Even though there's 3 locations.
Yes, and I never crossed any of them in this when we were traveling to the other one.
All right.
So I said I need a flat black paint is what I need.
That's what I
so we
wanted.
found, and they had these really tiny ones, but I was like, maybe a little too tiny because when you start putting layers, you run through spray paint.
I can see why you would get a
So I said,
bigger
how
can.
much is that small one? And he goes, well, it's about $4 or $5. I said, well, how much is the big one? He goes, $8. And I'm doing like quick math going, I'll take the large one.
Yeah, way more.
Instead of 2 small ones.
Yeah.
So I get the spray paint and he goes, he starts this conversation with me. He goes, so what'd your husband buy? I said, a 1947 truck. And he goes, oh. And he goes, where'd you get that? I go, here in town. I'm like, dude, my husband's waiting outside. I don't have time to talk
That was
to you
very
about this.
German Gestapo World War II. So, what kind of car did your husband buy? Where did he buy it? We ask the questions around here.
I'm like, dude, I'm on the clock, okay? I gotta go. This girl's got to go or he's gonna leave me, which in hindsight is not a bad thing to be left at Hobby Lobby. But so on I text you and say I'm in line, I'm checking out, because you always need to know that because otherwise I'm going to get text message going, how long are you taking?
No,
why aren't you
that's
checking
not-
out?
no,
Why are you still
that is
there?
not-
I'm sitting here waiting.
Oh my God. No, I park all the way across the parking lot. I simply want to know when you're coming out so I can drive up and meet you at the door so you don't have to
that's
walk.
a lie.
That is not, I always do that.
So I'm walking out with a cart full of stuff. Yes, I did, because I bought these big cookie tins and I bought some extras just in case I
There
needed
we
them.
go. There it is.
And a few other things.
Yep.
Anyways, because everything for Christmas was 50% off last Friday.
Then, oh my God, we had no choice.
And let me tell you, I had such restraint in Hobby Lobby. For those of you that know, I have been collecting gingerbread things, gingerbread decorations for years. My kitchen, you can ask the kids. My kitchen, I decorate as like a gingerbread house.
Which used to be very difficult because you'd have to search.
Yes, nobody
search.
ever had gingerbread things. So I love gingerbread towels, towels for the kitchen. Anything gingerbread, I would find and I would, get it.
Yeah,
and it was very hard.
Add to your collection.
Yeah, and sometimes I'd find them at craft fairs. So here I am walking to Hobby Lobby, and it's like Hobby Lobby exploded with gingerbread, and I'm like, screw me. I got to go, and I can't look. And I was very upset.
And everything was on sale. God damn it.
Yeah, and knowing that the weekend was coming and probably everything was going to be picked up. So I'm on the hunt for gingerbread stuff. So I didn't buy one gingerbread item.
That was restraint. I will admit that was some restraint. You
And
did good.
and have I been back?
No.
No, I have not. And I told you I needed to go back. Anywho, as I'm walking out of the store with my basket, there's this lady walking in going, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This lady's walking across the parking lot. And I start laughing because she's loud enough that everybody around her is listening. I said, it might be a bad idea, but it's so worth it. She goes, it's my birthday. It's a bad idea. I go, well, go have a happy birthday. Go have a good time. And she had this big smile on her face, but that was hilarious. Bad idea. This is that I thought it's always a bad idea walking into Hobby Lobby. So anyways.
you walk out, and when you told me you were coming out, I left the back of the parking lot. I pulled around right up to the curb where I could see the front doors. And as soon as I see you come out, I'll roll up. It's what I always try to do with you, so you never have to walk through a parking lot. It's just something we've done.
And you were on the phone when you rolled up.
I don't know if I was or not.
Yeah,
but
you were.
You weren't. Okay. How would you know? You didn't see me. I honked. I went, whomp. And everybody who's walking in front of Hobby Lobby turns and looks at me.
I looked. I
No,
heard you.
didn't. Except you.
Oh,
so I waited a second. I honked again. Just
I
hit
was
my
looking
horn.
for a better offer.
One,
How's that?
I hit my horn again. Everybody looks again, except you. I'm like, oh my God, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Was
So-
I talking to the lady that was crossing the thing when you honked?
You might have been on the first one. Maybe. I did see who you're talking about.
I was looking to see if there was any other offers.
So finally, I laid on the horn twice. Wah, wah. Then you turn around and look, and you give me a look like you're upset you've been waiting so long. I'm like, bitch, I've been honking. I've been trying to get your attention.
No, it was one of these, like, I got to walk still.
No, I pulled up, but you looked at me like, well, where have you been? I don't know, sitting here trying to get your attention. I'm right here. I tell you, our communication skills have not improved in 25 years.
I was upset that I walked out without gingerbread stuff. I was upset that I couldn't stay there for a couple hours. I was not in a good place, okay?
Yeah, it didn't sound like you were. Turn your mic towards your mouth, would you? Do me a favor there. Like, I can hear you in the mic different. You're fading. All right.
Rude.
Well, I'm just trying to, you know what? If you'd notice these things, I wouldn't have to bring
I don't have
them
my
up.
headphones on.
I
don't want to mess my hair up.
Wow.
So,
Way to
anywho,
participate.
I put my stuff in the back of the car, in the truck, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, 37.
You thought that was record time. I filled that cart up.
That was pretty fast that you got a full cart that quickly. When you came out, I'm like, okay, that's cool. She's on her way out. That's good. Can't be that much. I mean, it was. It still was. I picture you in there like one of those game shows. You got 60 seconds to grab as much stuff as you can and get across the finish line. That's what it seemed like.
I forgot to mention that I couldn't find the cookie tins. Like I breezed by the main aisles on all the Christmas stuff going, where could this be? Where could this be? I had no idea. I was thinking maybe in the cake decorating section, thinking that might be it. No, I'm looking everywhere. And I finally had to stop somebody and go, where the frick is your cookie tins?
You know what made me the most angry about this is when you were telling me you were going in for cookie things. I thought it was cookie cutters to make cookie designs.
No.
Then you come out and you're explaining these are cookie tins. And I go, what do you need cookie tins for? And you said you're going to put cookies in them and mail them off to our kids. I'm like, great. So what I just bought's not even staying home. We're giving it away. I was even more upset.
It's better to give than receive.
Boy, a dirty joke just came to me. I'm not going to say it.
All right.
So a quick update. You guys were asking about Briggs. He's still in New York. He's just supposed to be back the day before Thanksgiving if everything goes as planned. You guys heard him call in. He called in on a show the other night. It was Bottom of the Glass show. He just happened to call. And
he was going to Madison Square Garden the next day.
Yeah, he went to see a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. He went to a store there in New York, and he's buying himself basketball jerseys.
Did you know that he talked his boss in New York and a couple of the employees to go with him? That's who drove him.
Yeah, he needed a ride, so he talked them into going so that he could ride with him. He's like, hey, we should all go. And then once he convinced them to go, he said, so which one of you drives?
So again, a recap is he can't get a rental car because he's too young. So he's kind of stuck without it. But I have something funny to tell you. He told me he said it's 3.5 hours by train from where I am to Madison Square Garden, or it's like an hour to hour and a half if somebody drives.
Sure.
So that's why he was talking. So a couple days ago, he texts me and goes, guess what? It's only about an hour and a half by train. I was way off the other day. He goes, who knows where I would have went if I...
He was clearly getting on the wrong train.
I was laughing going, well, glad you figured that out. So he has plans. He told me a couple days ago that he has plans with some other guys that he's going back to New York this weekend on his day off because he wants to do the tourist thing. He wants to go to the Statue of Liberty. Right. He wants to go to the 9/11 memorial. I go for it. Yeah. I go, who knows if you'll ever get back? Yep. Who knows what New York's going to turn into in the next few years?
You don't know.
Go. And so he's taking full advantage of his days off and stuff.
One of the things he talked to me about, he goes, I think I'm in trouble with Ben. And I go, why? He goes, I think I'm in trouble with Brycon. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, well, on my paperwork, when you log in for your hours, you log in to get your check and stuff. I'm not listed as an electrician's apprentice anymore. I'm an electrical helper.
Ouch.
He goes, that is a big step down. And I went, well, he goes, now, and he's upset. It's upsetting him to where he goes, I can't work. He goes, all I'm thinking about is, what did I do? Why am I in trouble? What happened there? Now, luckily for Briggs, he has a gifted and talented, loving and caring father. Father, loving and caring. Okay, you got to keep coughing every time I say that.
I was just clearing my throat.
I'm sure you were. And we had dinner with Ben and Christine Matlock is Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, and of course she's married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
There we go. Thanks for paying attention. Never lost a case. And I did ask him, I said, hey, did Briggs get demoted? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, well, paperwork. And he goes, oh, no. He's not doing electrical work right now. He's doing assembly. There's different divisions of this huge company. He goes, they have to change his classification on his paperwork by what job he's doing where he goes. And, Ben just said, look, if anyone in Bricon gets a demotion, you lose the money too. You go back down to whatever money you were at. And so I told Briggs, and he felt really good about that.
That's good.
But, he's not. They just got lucky that I was having dinner that night. So it was, I told him, I said, you just got to keep asking. But the supervisor he's supposed to ask is some guy he doesn't really know. He's out in New York. He's on a road cruise. So he's like, well, they're not interested in looking things up for you.
Yes.
So it worked out good.
He's doing such a good job out there that they've asked him to stay on.
Yeah. Well,
did.
Ben told me that the crew that does this, they're on the road 10 months out of the year. They're gone, but they are considered the rock star of their company, this crew, because they go out and they knock jobs down. They get shit done. So Ben was like, every part of the company all over the country is trying to steal these guys away. Come do our project next. Come help us close out this project next. Come do this for us. And they're just in high demand. And there Briggs is, and he's with these guys, and he's doing such a good job. He goes, they're making fun of me because I'm working so fast.
Yes.
And now they've asked him to stay on and keep doing this. And Briggs is like, nah, I got to go back. Part of it, he misses home.
Yes.
And the other part is he told me, he goes, I'm loyal to Ben. If, Ben wants me to come back and do stuff, I'm there.
Yeah.
And so he's not even thinking about staying on. He's coming home.
Yeah. He said he misses his room, his bed, his computer,
his
his dog. We were way down the list, but
The only thing he's not missing is the money. He's getting so much more money doing these road gigs, but other than that, he's coming home.
Yeah, he's doing well.
So, speaking of Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, she arranged, you went to a meeting, a woman's business type of meeting a couple months back, and you met a bunch of women who owned businesses. You guys had a little coffee, lunch,
little
brunch.
Powwow.
Yeah, a little powwow. And out of that came a lot of good connections, a lot of people that we would be interested in working with.
Two especially.
One of them was Glory Cloud Coffee, and that was with Darla and her husband Scott, and this particular meeting happened to be at their location, right?
Yes.
And so
it's one of the coolest little places, just so you know. It's in an industrial park.
Yeah.
Which you think it's just for distribution. But when you walk into this place, they have a little lobby.
Yep.
And then if you keep walking to the back, which is like a secret coffee shop,
yeah,
there's tables and chairs, and Scott will make you coffee, and you can buy your coffee back
and
there.
It's not decorated. It's an industrial building inside
Yes.
where you're at. It's their warehouse.
And when we went there the other day, it is so quiet. If anybody in Reno finds this place, you
Yeah.
could get some work done there for sure.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
It
but
is so nice and quiet and hidden. It's not like Starbucks where there's multiple people coming
No.
in and out, disturbing you. It's nice and quiet. Scott will serve you some coffee.
And that's because mainly what they do is wholesale.
Yes.
It's kind of, like you said, it's kind of a hidden secret to go in there. But the owner will just make you the coffee himself. There's no baristas. It's just him.
Yep.
And he'll sit and talk with you, or he'll leave you alone. I mean, it's really something. But with Glory Cloud Coffee, we started with an interview with Darla and Scott. And Scott's a character. That's all I have to say. There is more coming from Scott, because Scott and I are going to do a lot of stuff one-on-one, because he has his own podcast.
You guys bounced off each
Yeah.
other like crazy. His podcast is named Brain Damaged with Scott.
Which I totally understand now. That makes so much sense. And we do this interview, and Darla she's so wonderful, and she's so reserved, and she's so polite. And, Scott's kind of more out there. He kind of puts himself out there when he gets a chance, and he's quick-witted. So he's got a good, sharp answer for stuff to make you laugh. I wasn't sure how the interview was going to go because, again, how do you talk for an hour about coffee? So I pivoted the whole thing, and I talked about them as owners, how they got there, what the difficulties were, what it's like now. Did COVID hurt or help? How close to being broke were you before you started turning a little bit of a profit? Just the stuff that everyday people would like to know, and how these two got to where they were. And there's a couple times, even Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, she goes, wow, you got Scott to tear up. You got Scott to wipe his eyes a couple times because I was repeating back to Scott just the story he told me. And I'm like, wait. Do you guys realize, do you and Darla realize what you just told me? And they'd say, no. And I just repeated it back to them. And they're like, oh my God, you're right. And it hit them what kind of people they were and how others view them.
Right.
And they really weren't paying attention to that until I just go, let me repeat this back to you and talk about what I know from people that have said you need to go there and see these people. And it really touched them. They really got it. When we're all done, Scott goes, wow, we did a whole hour interview and you spent 8 minutes talking about coffee. Like he was digging on me. I'm like, dude, it wasn't about the coffee. It was about you guys.
That's right. We
So-
wanted to introduce them first before we dig deeper into their knowledge of coffee and other things that they were interested in.
But we did talk about coffee, and he got some stuff across to us about caffeines and coffee beans. We did.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want the whole thing to be an hour about, coffee plants in Nicaragua or wherever they're, Guatemala. I just didn't want to do that.
Right.
So, I think it came out way better the way we did it, and we'll get that posted for you guys soon. It should be a good interview. And we went back Tuesday and followed up.
Hold on. You didn't say what Darla's little snap phrase at the end
I was going to not say that.
Because she floored all of us in that room. When you hear the podcast, I think there's a bit of quiet at that part. Because Thomas, the guy that gets us the studio, and myself, we were sitting on the couch.
Yeah, along with Christine.
Christine was there too. Yeah, that's right. The three of us are sitting there and we're quiet through the whole thing. And then you three are talking.
And we got to the end of the interview and Darla had talked
Oh, maybe
a bit.
we shouldn't drop it. Maybe we should not say anything.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Let's not. You guys are just going to have to listen to the podcast.
I said something at the very end because she had brought up her side hustle.
Right.
And she's joking. I got to do a side hustle to make some money around here, being silly about it.
Yeah, I don't think we should drop
And
it.
at the very end, I had said, Darla, do you say goodbye to everybody? Do you want to talk about your side hustle? I'm being silly too. And what she said,
She dropped a zinger.
she straight-faced it. And I looked over at you and Christine and Thomas. All three of you had your mouths wide open, like, oh my
I
God.
think we were all trying to register if she was being serious or not.
Because she sat back in her chair and just stared at me, and I'm like, I'm lost. I can't tell for a second. And I can't tell for a second if she's faking this or not. And I glanced over at Scott, her husband, and he was staring at me straight too.
Yes, he was.
Then I looked at you guys like, where do I go with this? I'm telling you.
There was some dead air there for a minute because we weren't exactly sure what to do, but I guess you're going to have to listen to that podcast to hear what we're talking about.
I'm telling you, she straight-faced it, she deadpanned it, and she got me. She completely got me with that one.
And that's rare.
That's rare. You don't normally get me. I'm usually I'll zing one right back.
You couldn't.
I
You
couldn't.
didn't know where.
I
You
didn't-
had nowhere to go with that
No.
one. Somebody stumped you, and
Yeah.
it had to be Darla.
It had to be Darla. Oh my God. So anyway, the good thing that
That's
came
the
about it
moment
was
you fell in love with her.
I fell in love at that moment. I was hooked. We went back a couple of days after that, and Scott had given Gen X Mom 3 common sold coffees that he sells. It was a dark, a medium, and a light roast, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Some of his most popular stuff, everybody buys it. You tried it, and you said, okay, for a dark roast, this is going to go well. Same with the medium and the light. Now we're getting into production where we just have to come up with designs for our own label, and Scott will sell his coffee as ours.
Right.
Excuse me. We come up with a name, for what, like your brother's coffee, Sun Valley Foxes, was called Morning Wood. and we'll come up with 3 names. We'll do that, and then we'll put that out there, and you guys can buy it. I'm telling you, it's incredibly good coffee. It is just, it's not something
really
that you
good
just
coffee.
off the shelf. And then what I was telling you, there's going to be more of Scott. He's going to be on our podcast. We're going to be on his, not the Gen X Talks podcast here, the interview side. We'll do some stuff. We'll broadcast it on the radio, but we'll also
He's
put
a
up
man of many facets.
yeah, many parts, as
Many,
they say,
many parts.
as they say in Tombstone. But he has a lot of knowledge on a lot of things, and he's dying to impart them. So we're going to do that with him. You guys are going to see those come out probably a couple times a month over the next 3 or 4 months, because there's a lot of them we have to do. That will get you guys more in tune with Scott and Darla, and that will also give you the background you'll understand more about why you're buying their coffee, because you should. It's a good thing. Anyway, so that's how that interview went, and we did really well with it. The other interview we did was with Dr. McDreamy, and I'll just lead with this.
Go ahead.
You were right. I was wrong.
What? Whoa.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
I'll lead with that.
Whoa, the earth just shook. There's volcanoes happening all over the world. Could you say that one more time?
Nope, really can't. That was it. You got it one time, so I hope you recorded it. You and I had argued about how much studio time we needed for Dr. McDreamy.
Yep.
And you had said 4 hours, and I thought, you're out of your goddamn mind. And we narrowed it down to 2 hours. We did get the K Wank Studios. Why we're going to Wank Studios is beyond me.
Wink.
Well, it doesn't
You say wank, like wanker.
It just says WNK or WNK.
KWNK.
Yeah, KWNK. That's Wank. Somebody's like, yeah, I got an office downtown. Just come down to the Wank Studios. Yeah. We got 2 hours. Thomas got us 2 hours down there, which is a lot closer to everybody. It's farther for us to drive, but it's really close for everybody else. And it is a nice studio. We went ahead and sat down with Dr. McDreamy, and we did a little over an hour on medical stuff. We dumbed down so much stuff so you guys could basically understand just things that I would want to know as a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I made sure
questions that some people have asked and turned in.
Yeah, you guys have turned in questions. I asked, and Dr. McDreamy was nice enough to bring his crayons so he could explain it in a way I could get it.
His little wipe-off board.
That was so nice of him.
It was.
And he covered a lot. He thought it was boring. He thought it was dumb, mundane. But I explained to him, I said, look, dude, this is just shop talk for you. But for the rest of us, everything you said was valuable. Don't eat this, and here's why. Do eat this, and here's why. Here's what's going on in people's bodies. And you made it so simple. You talked about COVID. You talked about some other stuff. And we crammed a lot into a little over an hour.
And you know why I was thinking about it is he is such a wonderful doctor that will take time and talk to you about things. How many people can relate that you have an appointment to go see a doctor and they give you 15 minutes of their time and you're out?
Right.
You could barely ask a question.
No, and they want to hurry you through.
Yes,
yeah.
And he's not like that. And that's what I really appreciated. We were able to ask questions that every person has always wanted to know, and he took the time to answer them, and I really appreciate that. That's what was so nice about that.
How do different medicines affect different people of different sizes? You know, how long does it take medicines to work? Is it different for everybody? Just basic stuff that he's like, yeah, I got your answers right here. Just like with not talking about what Darla said, I'm not going to give away his whole interview, but I want to tell you one point in Dr. McDreamy's interview that will let you guys know. Is he rich and famous? Yes. Is he one of the top fight doctors in Vegas? Yes. Let me give you something that'll show you that he is one of the most down-to-earth guys, because he told a story that humbled him. He told me a story during that quickly that brought him back down. He's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I had to focus on my patients, and I didn't understand where he was going. But he told a story many, many years ago about how he ended up in the hospital himself.
And he was out of town.
And he was pressing the button, trying to get help, and he was cold and he wasn't comfortable.
He was a doctor that became a patient.
Yes. And he said, that experience changed me. And he says from that day on, and you're talking about a person who's trying to improve himself as a human being, not only just in his profession. He says, I began to come in to patients in hospitals, and my patients, and I said, how do you feel? How was last night?
How'd you sleep?
How'd you sleep?
When was the last time a doctor asked you that?
Did they respond when you hit the button? Did someone come in? Did they answer your questions correctly? Did they care for you? Now, not only does that take more time out of your busy doctor schedule, the rounds you're trying to make, but he said from that moment on, I stopped and I made sure that every patient was as comfortable as could be, and I asked the questions. And, you get caught up in the doctor routine where you're still a good doctor and you're still paying attention to your patients. But that's a whole nother
That's a human level. That's a human
care.
level, yeah.
And it just reminded me that it didn't matter where Dr. McDreamy was in his professional career. You know, he was always ready to put himself in check and go, you know what, I need to do this. No one told him to do that. He came back and he could have just skipped right over it and gone right back to what he was doing, which was still an A+ rating as a doctor. He's still one of the best doctors, but now he's one of the best doctors, and he cares, and he's listening.
That's so rare.
Oh, it's just when he told me that story, and he breezed right through the story like it was nothing, and I'm thinking, that's huge. I'm listening going, oh my God, yes, I would love for, and I'm thinking in my mind, how many times have doctors skipped right over me? They just do the chart, do the graph, poke, prod, ask a couple questions, and they're on to the next one. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. And here he is telling this story that for as patients it's life altering. And he's skipping over it like it's no big deal. Like, well, had a little change in my life. Something came up, figured some stuff out, thought I'd be a better person here. And I'm like, he breezed right through it. And I'm thinking, God.
It reminded me when he said that, I was like, every time he sees me, he gives me a hug and goes, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
Nope.
Like, this interview had nothing to do with me. It wasn't a doctor visit.
Yeah.
But he always asks me, and I always go, it's not about me right now. It's an interview about you. But he's like, no,
Every
how
time.
are you doing?
Yeah. I think doctors at his level, there's misconceptions because of stereotypes. You know, I think that's true. And I think our doc is breaking those down one patient at a time. And I think by his interview, I think you guys are going to see that. You guys are going to watch that and go, holy shit, this guy's genuine. And he answers the questions, even though they were simple-minded 2 + 2 questions
He
for
could
him.
probably be sleeping and answer them.
Yeah, but he answered them enthusiastically. He took the time because he knows the rest of us don't know. So we get done with that. We ran a little bit long. We have 1 hour left. We're going to do the fight doctor stuff, which is the fight doctor interviews where that's his meat and potatoes.
That's his favorite thing.
Yeah, he's ready to go. And before we got started, because we took a little break, you said, look, there's only 40 minutes left of studio time. And I went,
and Dr. McDreamy goes, oh, we got plenty of time. And I'm looking at both of you going, yeah.
So we barely we barely got the recap done.
We had a potty break and then back.
We barely got the recap done of, here, let's remind everybody how you became at this level of doctor, and then let's get into the stories. We just got the recap done, and you were behind me flashing your fingers going, you got 10 minutes left.
And the guy that had the studio after us had just come in.
Yeah, and he's in the sound booth getting ready to push us out. And Thomas is there holding his hands up going, dude, we got 10 minutes. Uh-huh. And so at that moment, I'm like, I told McDreamy, I said, look, let's set a time. So you and Thomas and Doc stood there with your cell phones on your calendars, and you worked out a time where we can just get into the fight doctor
Yeah, we
stuff.
were juggling all kinds of dates, but we got one.
Yeah, you got it figured out, so we'll go back. And
so the fight doctor one won't be totally released
until
they finish.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
He'll release the medical side probably, but the fight doctor one part 2, you're gonna have to wait.
Well, and that's gonna take every bit of those 2 hours, easily.
For sure.
We'll probably have to go. I'll probably have to do another one after that because there's so much going on. And I want to tell you guys something, and I don't think even you picked up on this.
What?
There are changes coming to UFC and boxing.
Yes, I did catch
and
that.
there are things that protocols and things that, like the NFL has concussion protocols. And when the NFL introduced their concussion protocols, it was a shock to the league. Like, whoa, what are we doing here? There are things coming in boxing and UFC that he's helping write the book on.
Yes, he is.
So that in the industry is what we call an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. That's the scoop, as they say, because we're going to get the inside track before anybody. ESPN's not covering it. Nobody's talking about it. Sports Illustrated, no. But guess who is?
So we'll hear what's coming down the pipe.
Gen X Talks interviews, getting you an exclusive. Coming. All right. So
but we have to mention something funny, though. So
wait, be careful.
No, I was talking about Thomas heard that we've known each other. All 3 of us have known each other since we were 5 years old.
Yeah.
So you're talking 52 years
right.
We've known each other. He didn't really catch it the first time. So we're out.
He thought we were exaggerating.
Yeah, he thought 50 years. What are you guys talking about? So we're out in the parking lot chit-chatting like we've been on the playground since, kindergarten or whatever. And I don't know, we were messing around or something, and Thomas goes, you guys really do know each other. We're like,
Yeah.
Then Dr. McDreamy was like, yeah, I've known him for 52 years. He doubled down on it.
Yeah.
And Thomas goes, oh my goodness.
The other part about Thomas was, I pay him for the studio time with Zelle. And I go, who does your accounting? He goes, why? I said, because I zelled you the money for today's studio time. And in the comment section for the notes, I didn't write studio time. I wrote hand jobs in the parking lot. And I just thought it'd be funny, when your accountant sees it, he goes, no, I do all my own stuff, but my wife's going to see that.
You're going to get him in trouble.
I said, oops. She's going to say, you made like $150 for hand jobs in the parking lot? What the fuck, man?
Well.
I thought it was funny.
It
was funny. So I will say, and I'm gonna frame this in a certain way about Dr. McDreamy, and then we're moving on.
Fine.
But you cannot contradict me or say something dumb right now.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that is because I know you and you're going to.
Okay.
All right. I begged Dr. McDreamy. I pleaded with Dr. McDreamy. And I know this will upset MarcyZavala.com a little bit, but I asked, I begged, I twisted his arm. I pulled every guilt trip I could on the doc and said, I know you're going to be in Gardnerville for Thanksgiving, but it would really mean a lot to me and the Sun Valley Fox if you could stop by on Thanksgiving. And he's like, well, I really don't want to. I'm with my family, my extended family. I'm going to be in Gardnerville. And I said, well, it would mean a lot to me if you could stop by. Now, I don't know if he's going to. I really hope he does. If he can just cut out of there a little bit early and come by and see us, I would really appreciate it. So, Dr. McDreamy, MarcyZavala.com, if you could allow him to do that a little bit, it'd help me out. It'd make me feel better. And
so you need a date with the doc?
Not really a date, but it's one of those moments where I think we could share just a couple hours.
Bro code stuff. Yeah, Sun Valley Fox and Dr. McDreamy and the General sitting on the back porch there having some Pendleton. I don't know if he'll do it, but I'm begging, I'm asking. So if you can cut out begging.
a little, yeah, it's one of those things. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll let you know on the next one after that's over. So I want to talk. So after we're done with these interviews, or after we're done with these meetings, it's always you, Gen X Mom, and Little Miss Hot and Nerdy. Every single time we get done with these,
she is your brand manager.
She is the brand manager, but every time I'm thinking we're going to go to the parking lot, hug, shake hands, and go our separate ways. And never. Every time you guys want me to take you to lunch.
Or
dinner. Every single time. Now,
if I'm making the trek over to Reno, I'm going to get me something out of that, okay?
Well, that's the way Little Miss Hot and Nerdy feels. And I don't know any of the restaurants in Reno. I'm learning, but I don't know anything. So we always rely on Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, Christine
And I'm
Matlock.
liking those restaurants that she picks.
Her license plate says Bougie right on it. And I go, can you not pick bougie places? The last 3 we went to have been these stupid.
They've been great.
They've been horrible.
They've been great.
I don't fit in at all. I come in there with my boots and my Gen X Talks t-shirt and my Dodger hat, and everyone's saying, good afternoon, how are you? And I'm like, howdy, what's up? And so this time I told her, and I'm going to talk about the last 2 places she took us. I said, okay, you're not getting it, Christine. Stop taking me to these fancy restaurants.
Oh, she gets it. She's just
said,
not listening.
I want you to take me to a place with sawdust on the floor. If you can find a place with sawdust on the floor, we're okay. That's what you're shooting for. And she says, oh, okay, I got you. No, I know what you need now. Do you remember the restaurant we went to?
Yes.
What was the name?
The Biggest Little Steakhouse.
The Biggest Little Steakhouse.
It was close.
It was close by.
No, but it was close of having sawdust. Until
it was not. What are you talking about?
Yes.
The only part that was close to having sawdust is she drove through 3 alleys and down the wrong way down a one-way street
but
to
she's
get
really
us there.
Scary.
Oh,
don't ever, if you go somewhere with her, don't ever follow her.
Don't ever drive with her either. If you do, close your eyes and hum a tune. Because she will look at a one-way street and go, well, I can go all the way around this big city block in Reno, or I can dart the wrong way down a one-way street for 100 feet, and the driveway I want's right there.
You have to pull a BA. You're going to be knocked out when you drive with her.
The BA Baracas, and she will dart. And she, I called her out on that. I go, what the fuck, man? She goes, look, I don't do stuff like that unless I make sure that the person following me can make it too.
And then she says, Did you die?
Did you die? Yeah. She got get out of the car in the parking lot. What the fuck was that? You drove here, you drove there, the runaway street, you ran 2 stop signs, and you're bumping over things in an alley. I go, what? She goes, did you die? I said, no. She goes,
End of story.
Then shut up.
Yeah.
So we go into this non-bougie place. What was it called again?
Biggest Little Steakhouse.
Okay. I sit down at this table, and the first thing I notice is there is a chilled glass carafe for your water that's shaped like a penis.
I didn't get that. I guess
The top of it shaped like a penis on there. And I went, wait a minute.
I didn't even.
This isn't bougie? She goes, well, they probably fill it up out of the sink, the tap water. So,
It was just water. It wasn't like it
How many
was
places
sparkling water or.
Okay. How many places do you go to that have a glistening, chilled carafe
I think that's
of water
a great idea.
waiting for you at your table?
I think that's fabulous. That means I
Okay.
can fill my water up whenever I want.
Okay, here's the next one. You order through a QR code on the table.
That's not bougie, but I didn't really. I had to play waitress, where was my tip?
Yeah, I'm just saying that it was like there was no sawdust on the floor. This was not what I had in mind, and it was okay food. I wouldn't say,
The
oh
QR
my God.
code turned me off a little bit. I was
Yeah,
like,
I didn't like
this
that
is
either.
way too much work for a night out for dinner.
Right. And the food was okay. And then they called, you get a little pile of cheesy potatoes. And what they call the cheesy potatoes?
So hold on one second.
Yeah.
That wasn't even for you. Christine and I sat down and were like, I want potatoes, you want potatoes, so we'll share it. That was ours.
What was it called? It wasn't called potatoes.
It was scallop potatoes. It
no,
was
it's called like potatoes au gratin. or
oh,
something.
potatoes au gratin.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why do I got to come up with that
I couldn't
word?
remember what you're saying. It wasn't for you anyway.
But it was just cheesy potatoes. Why didn't the menu just say cheesy potatoes? That's
It
what
was
it
the
was.
way they were prepared. If you know anything.
At least I knew the name. You didn't.
Okay, well, ooh, look at the attitude he's giving me. Where's the Z snap? Holy mackerel.
So there's a QR code for ordering. There's a carafe of penis-shaped water on the table, and they named cheesy potatoes something au gratin where you can pay 4 times as much, and it was just average food.
And they had really good drinks.
the drinks
The
guys
drinks
said
were a
good.
little bougie.
I didn't partake, but you guys said that.
She had lavender something. I can't remember what it was.
Why
and
do
I
you
had,
guys always order drinks that have colors? They're different colors that you come in red and greens and purples.
Because we're
and
happy and we like them.
weird.
And we're
Whatever.
girls.
Okay. So the food was okay. I wouldn't be, oh my God, I can't believe this place I went. It was all right. But
I'm glad we went.
I'm glad we went. So again, we're leaving these interviews and I'm telling her, all right. Now, first of all, don't pick someplace bougie. And can you pick a place that I don't have to backtrack? Because now I've been a full day in Reno. I want to go home.
Oh, yeah.
And she
Tuesday was a
says-
long.
Yeah.
Long day.
And she says, no, I got this place called the Twisted Fork. It's on your way home. We'll meet you there.
And it was at a good location.
And she was taking forever getting there. I go, what are you doing? She goes, well, I'm waiting for what's his name to get ready because, her husband, Ben Matlock,
Never lost a case.
never lost a case. And I said, okay, I'm getting tired of waiting for Ben. Just leave. And so she goes to get in the car. She goes, wait a minute. Didn't he have to be at this meeting? Wasn't this dinner where we could talk about your house and stuff? I'm like, shit. Yeah, you got to wait for him. You can't replace him with a stand-in. She can't have a stand-in date.
No.
It had to be Ben that night. So they actually got there pretty quick, and we sat down. Or again, this is supposed to be not a bougie place. And I ordered a drink for Ben because Ben drinks old fashions. And I ordered one. I guess there's some very famous Four Roses old fashioned that they make there. But I told him to make it with Pendleton. And Ben's drinking this. He's like, well, this isn't the normal old fashioned. Like, he's been there so many times. He can taste the difference. He goes, this isn't your normal old fashioned. And he drinks it. And he goes to order another one. And
Do I have another choice?
yeah, he goes, so can I get the regular one? He looks at me and I go, well, you pay for it yourself. He looks back up and goes, I'll just take another one of these. So he got it. He settled for the Pendleton. He's like, well, but the Pendleton's free, so I'll be happy with that. I'll drink that. But it was another bougie place. That lady, I ordered a salad in the beginning.
You had not a BLTA salad.
Oh, yeah,
you had a BLA salad, a blah salad.
Yeah, you got upset because she goes, I'd like the BLTA, but with no T, no tomatoes. And the waitress looks at me and I go, yeah, blah. I just want the blah salad. And you're shaking your head going, don't order stuff that way. Don't. And I'm like, well, that's what it says. You take the T out. It's now a blah salad. I'd like the BLTA without the T. And we ordered dinner, and she goes, "Do you want soup or salad with your side?" And I didn't like the soup, and I go, "I just had a salad. Why would you offer me a salad? You know you just brought me a salad. I don't want a salad." And I said, "Don't you have like something like, French fries?" And the whole table stopped and looked at me like, you don't order French fries.
You just didn't order
here.
French fries, did you?
I said, "Why not? Why can't I have some French fries?" And you know what remember the waitress, she says, "Okay, if you want French fries, I'll get you some French fries." I said, "Thank you."
Yeah, she says, "I have 4 boys at home." I know. And I went, "There you go. Acting 12.
And then she said,
got it.
And then she goes, "Let me guess, ketchup?" And I go, "Well, yeah." So, but there was a salad that came.
You are so turning into your dad when you order. You made fun of the salad, and then Christine and I looked at the dessert menu, and there wasn't anything on there that we were like, it wasn't anything different or new or exciting, and we were like, we could pass. It wasn't anything.
So I grabbed it just to see if there was anything on there, and then
here we go again, just like his dad. His dad orders frijolios and tortillas when we go to a Mexican restaurant.
Instead of saying a la carte, my dad goes, "Can I get that on a cart?"
So here we go.
Because the dessert menu, one of the things you guys were thinking about was a sundae. And I said, I'm reading and I looked at you, and the waitress is waiting for me to say something, and I go, "Look, they can't even spell Sunday right. There's no Y. They spelled it Sundae. Doesn't even have a Y on the end." And the waitress is trying to contain herself like, "Oh my God, what is this guy saying?" But that's like the other thing. I ordered ranch on my salad with my side salad, and she's like, "Really? Ranch?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong with ranch?" Because all the dressings they have are weird words I can't pronounce. So they give me the salad. They give me the salad with ranch, and I start to eat it, and
you acted like a little 12-year-old little boy.
There's apples in my salad.
So good.
So not good. Who puts ranch on apples? Then there's these fucking raisins in there.
They're not raisins. They were cranberries.
They look like raisins.
Apples and cranberries. Damn good.
In my salad with ranch.
Well, not with ranch.
Then why didn't they take the fruit out? Why didn't
you didn't say take the fruit out?
I didn't know I had to ask.
Goodness.
To have who would have thought what normal person would think when you order a salad, make sure you have the fruit removed. Because it wasn't a fruit salad. Didn't say fruit
tomato
salad.
Is a fruit.
Well,
there's fruit on salad all the time.
I'm just telling you that was stupid. I bit into that, and there's apples and ranch, and I'm like, oh my God, ruined my evening on that
No,
stuff.
it didn't.
It felt like it did.
No, it didn't.
It felt like it ruined it. So anyway, the lady just finally gave up and gave me the things I wanted, and we were okay. And but they didn't spell Sunday right, and I'm letting them know. I got to do it right. So the first place was like, okay, Twisted Fork was pretty good. It wasn't like the most stellar place, but it was good. And I'm telling you, the service there was wonderful. She was such a nice waitress, and she was fun. Good stuff there. But Ben and I covered a little bit about Briggs, how he's doing in New York, and then we talked about the house situation. And some of the stuff, because, Ben's he can be a general contractor out there. So we talked about getting things going. And I'm going to explain something that I got in my head about your upcoming house first. I realized I want a window that in the wintertime faces south. Because sometimes I've crawled into our bed, like if I'm not feeling well or something, and that sunlight has warmed one side of the bed. I've never had that. We've never lived in a house that had a window that did that to like warm up the bed when it's cold.
I grew up in a house like that.
I did not.
I love it.
And so that's a must. I'm torn on whether we should have stairs in our house.
We're not. Why?
I said I was torn. I didn't say make the decision for me.
I just did. But why are you torn? I thought it was an absolute no.
It was because I don't want to go up and down stairs because of my knees. I hate it. But here's something I've learned since we've lived in Minden, Nevada, in a single-story house.
Okay.
In a two-story house, if I woke up in the middle of the night, I was hungry. But I was never hungry enough for my fat ass to walk up and down stairs to get something from the kitchen. What I've learned in a single-story house is at 2 a.m, if I'm hungry, my fat ass will walk 12 steps into the kitchen and get something at 2 a.m.
I'm going to have to put a lock on that refrigerator.
I'm just saying that the stairs were a pretty good deterrent. It was a good thing. It's like, you do
That's
not
a good thing. Maybe if I put the main bedroom way on the other side of the house, if it's over 12 steps, you'll rethink it.
You're going to have to do some obstacles too, I think. There's going to have to
I could do that.
Some obstacles in the way. The other one is I do like having a window above the shower. I like sunlight coming in. I've never had that before. I've had windows that were like smoked glass and stuff. We've had those bathrooms, but this one was different. And for some reason, when you can look up through a skylight or a window and see the blue skies or the sun coming in, never had that before. And I didn't realize what I was missing till now.
Yeah, this has 2 bathrooms. So the master bath has the window, but in Briggs' bathroom, the other one has a skylight, which I really learned to love.
Yeah, never had a skylight before.
It's very cool. That's very cool.
The other thing is I think, see, in California, we had a big Gen X Talks KGXT studio. It was a whole another building outside, and you were inside the house.
Yeah, I kicked your ass out.
But we were very far apart for a long time, and
it was like you went to work.
It was. I didn't realize how much I didn't like that until actually we got here and we're more together. And I'm like, wow, that kind of sucked. And I didn't really realize the distance until now. And I'm like, wow, I really spent a couple years out there being far away from you when I was only 40 feet away, but we just never, I didn't come in, you didn't come out.
Uh-huh.
I like it here, but I think the next house, our offices should be really close together.
I don't know about that.
Why? What are you talking about? Like
what? So you can yell at me to the other room?
No. That's not necessarily what I was saying.
Then why do they have to be next to each other?
Perhaps I just want to feel close to you. Have you ever thought of that?
Maybe you want to watch my every movement?
We don't want to watch what you're doing.
If she's leaving the office, she can go get me some food.
Okay. Now, that's not what I was saying, but just imagine if your office was across the hall and mine was here. And
I'm imagining.
And we had our doors open, we could see each other. Wouldn't that be pleasant? More of me is not a bad thing. I think that's how you should look at that. More of me can only be a good thing.
I'll have to think about that.
You got to think about that. You got to put that on there.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'll talk about that later.
So just real quick, there's someone that we all know, and I won't mention names right now, going through a divorce. And
divorce sucks.
Divorce sucks. And I want to tell you guys that I want you guys to realize something. Maybe no one really thinks about this. When you're going through a divorce, for those of you that have, it is the biggest thing in your life.
It affects everything.
You wake up talking about it. You're bitching about your ex. They're bitching about you. You're talking about kids. You're telling stories. Guess what my ex is doing now? Well, guess what my ex is doing now? And you have to pick teams. Are you on team husband or team wife? The whole world picks teams.
You lose friends. You gain friends.
You do. And it's all you talk about. You walk into someone's house and you sit down. Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened today?
It's the biggest drama of the century.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah. And it's consuming. But think about this. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me submit something to you right now. The biggest divorce you've ever heard of or been part of, do you still talk about it? No. Nobody cares anymore.
Not even a celebrity divorce.
No, once it's run its course and everybody's done bad mouthing everybody, you get tired of it. You go back to your normal life. Even the people in the divorce, they're like, well, and truthfully, there are a few people, even 2 and 3 years after their divorce, they still walk in and go, "Can you believe what my ex just did?" And everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up. We don't care anymore. It's not interesting anymore. It's not the top news. Nobody cares." You think while your divorce is going on that you're the news. Everyone wants to hear what's going on and how bad the other person was. Well, it's kind of interesting for a little while, but shortly thereafter, people look, I got to get back to life now. And even divorced people do too. They don't talk about it. I've been divorced once. I don't talk about that divorce ever. I don't even care. So it passes. Just letting you guys know, it passes. So you think it's the most biggest thing and it's all consuming, but a year afterwards, no one's even going to care that you got divorced or what you did. They're going to care about you as an individual and the way you conducted yourself.
So continue on with life.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just a bump in the road.
Bump in the road.
Hey, have you updated your fat guy page?
No.
Why not? Aren't you still on a weight loss journey? Or a weight journey?
I'm on I'm on a weight journey. That part's true. The short version is this.
Or you're avoiding
Well, I've been
truth?
no, yeah, I've been avoiding it. I have been. I kind of was. I'm not real happy you brought this up. The short version is I was on a very strict, weird diet that didn't bother me beyond the diet. It just
And it was his doing, not
yeah,
Dr.
no,
McDreamy's.
No, it was mine. But and Doc was along for the ride, and he was like guiding me in different steps. But he was okay with it because I was losing weight and I was doing stuff. Well, it finally got to a point where Dr. McDreamy actually cured. The biggest, most painful thing was I had this gut pain. When I say gut pain, it's not my stomach. It was like intestinal, like below my intestine, somewhere in my intestine. We figured out there was some weird irritation pain. Anyway, Doc figured out, he ran all the tests and figured out, okay, no diseases, you're not dying. Yes, it's painful. We'll work on that. The diet was helping. He finally figured out what the cure was and got rid of this terrible, terrible, terrible pain. And I stayed on the diet, was losing weight, and posting it on the Fat Guy page. We got to a certain point where I'm like, okay, now that the pain is gone, I'm going to try some regular foods. So we go out to dinner or something, a lunch, and I sit down at a restaurant, not fast food. I don't want to say you guys, not fast food, and didn't start eating a bunch of gas station food like I used to when I was younger. But we go to a restaurant like, okay, let me try, a steak and a baked potato. Let me try a hamburger and fries. Just regular food. And over the 3 weeks that I've kind of been trying that, maybe it's 4 weeks by now, I have been able to tolerate and eat just like a normal person, regular food. So I'm like, okay, this is good. The problem is that going off the diet and just eating regular food, I'm gaining weight. I started gaining 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds back. I finally quit weighing myself because I was so upset. So I thought that going back to regular food, I should also go back to moving around, working in the garage, going over to the Sun Valley Fox's place, doing stuff with him. Because you work with the Fox, and you're going to lose weight. You lose weight sitting watching that guy work. That's how busy he is. So I thought if I can try to keep up, if I can try to do some stuff out at the property, if I take the Fox with me or I do stuff with him, I don't sit as much. I push myself until I'm hurting. I'm pushing and going. I thought, okay, we're going to kind of go back to regular food. Let's go back to regular life and see if it balances out. And it hasn't. Even eating just regular food and moving around more and doing more, I'm still gaining weight. I'm not moving and exercising enough to compensate for regular food. So at some point, really quick here, and I was going to actually talk to you about, like, we need to pick a time and just go back. We need to start doing this. Going back to more of the diet, maybe just having a regular dinner, but the diet during the day. And because I do need to increase what I'm doing more. Like when you go walk the dog, I should walk the other dog. And we should go as far as we can. And I need to increase the physical activity a little bit more. And I'm doing more now, but I need to increase it. But I also need to go back more towards that diet. I just don't metabolize regular food. I'm not eating cake. I'm not eating pounds of ice cream, I haven't had one soda, and I'm not drinking. I'm not even drinking whiskey.
No.
But eating the regular food, I'm still not burning it up as much. So I gotta compensate. If I have to,
so you're just adding your winter fat.
Yeah, it's a winter coat. I'm
That's all it
my
is.
winter coat. If I can, I've tried to go back to regular food and regular walking and exercising. Not enough. So now I need to increase the physical activity, decrease the food a little bit. Guess what? If that's not enough, then I'll just go back to the diet I was on before. I didn't dislike it. I do enjoy the flavors of regular food, but I've been avoiding the Fat Guy page, and no one's asked. Usually Michael Dawson asks by now. He doesn't let me go longer than a week. He's like, hey, where's the fat?
You have to update the good and the bad.
I know. I just didn't want to. I'm going to have to.
It's a journey.
It is. And I'm really afraid to weigh myself because I'm afraid I've gained back like 12 pounds or something. I'm
That's
worried.
significant.
Well, the reason is because one pair of pants that I finally got down to being able to wear fairly comfortably too, I went to put them on the other day and I buttoned them, but boy, it was a struggle.
Oh, so you're having girl pant syndrome. That's how us girls know that.
What?
We have various sizes of jeans, and we girls know that when we gain weight and you can't fit into a certain type of jean, you've gained your weight. That's how we know. You have girl pants syndrome.
Well, I'm going to go back to that kind of stuff. And I really, if you guys want to know the truth, the Dr. McDreamy interview that we just did about medical stuff, he covered a good portion that was about food intake and what works, what doesn't, and why. And I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna try to stick to what some of the things he said. And he was very practical about some stuff. I'm telling you, there was such good
he sided
information
with me
there.
a lot.
Okay.
Which it just, you just don't listen to me, but okay, that's fine. But man, when it comes to Dr. McDreamy, you're all on it. I'm like, dude, I've been telling you this for years.
Okay. I don't think he sided with you
Yes, he did.
as much as you think. Maybe a few points. But you act like
He just looks at me every time you ask that question, like, and I'm like, go ahead, answer. We made eye contact, like, I know the answer to this one, but go ahead.
there are some things you're right about, and he has reaffirmed. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just going.
That's twice. Say that again.
No, I just said I'm not saying you're wrong. That's all. I didn't say you were right. I just said you're not wrong. There's a difference. There's a complete difference. It's a legal term. You'd have to ask an attorney about it. But let me explain it to you.
Oh my gosh.
So can we move on from my fatness now, please?
You're the one still talking about it.
Can I talk about your dogs?
I love my dogs.
You have one dog that is dumb as a bag of fucking hammers.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Riker, which is Briggs' dog. He's an idiot.
No.
He does not know his ass
He
from a hole
worships
in
the
the
ground I walk on.
Well, there's an indicator that he doesn't know what's going on.
Bite your tongue.
So I noticed something the other day about your dogs. If I'm like I got beef jerky in here, which I'm allowed to have, if I open up the beef jerky, if I even touch the bag, Ranger runs in here.
Yes.
He runs in here and sits at attention like, come on now.
I know what you're having.
Yeah.
Share that.
Ranger sits down like, oh, we're having beef jerky.
Yeah, well, he's getting fat.
He is getting fat. Riker never hears a bag. You could open cookies and he wouldn't know. He doesn't come running. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything. You can open cookies.
I
You can open
disagree
chips.
with you.
You can do anything, and he didn't come at all.
They hear me in the kitchen.
Ranger will always be there. Well, they come no matter what you're doing in the kitchen. It makes no difference. You could be opening a can of peas, and they both come running. But here's the deal. Ranger hears everything and comes running. Riker doesn't hear anything being opened. He doesn't understand it, doesn't care, nothing. But you know what Riker does hear? He hears Ranger eating. If I could shake a bag of chips, let's say. Ranger comes running. Riker's still passed out in the living room. But as soon as you feed Ranger something, Riker, his ears pop up. He comes in running and goes, he looks at Ranger and goes, are you eating?
His gums are smacking.
Yeah, what are you doing? What'd you get?
What'd you get that?
Something? Right.
Yeah.
So it does, you can sit and shake
So my
and shake
dog,
and shake.
so Riker's not dumb.
He's dumb.
No.
His trigger for when there's food going on is the other dog eating.
Oh my God.
I'm just telling you, it's the dumbest. I've never. Speaking of the dumb things ever, I have a story to tell you. You're not going to believe that I saw this on the internet, and I was laughing so hard. And I'm telling you, it's like a true story.
Okay. It's true. It's a story.
It's true. It's a story. It may not be a true story, but true. It's a story. So there's this guy. He's an Indian guy. An Indian dot on your forehead, not Indian feather.
Thank you for the
There
clarification.
you go. Indian dot, not
Appreciate
Indian
that.
feather. And he's at a hotel. He's trying to call down to the front desk. And he doesn't speak much English.
Uh-huh.
And
He's Dr. Apu.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
Dr. Apu from the Quickie Mart. But he's trying to talk to the guy. And so you can hear the audio like they recorded the phone call from the front desk. And he goes, hello, hello, this is room 112. And he goes, yeah, this is the front desk. How can I help you? Oh, yes, and I'm in room 112 with a problem. He goes, okay, well, how can I help you? What's your problem? Do you know Tom and Jerry? And the guy, the front desk guy goes,
Not personally.
I'm sorry? Do you, what? He goes, oh, the Tom and Jerry, the very famous Tom and Jerry. Do you know them? He goes, the cartoon? Yeah, I know the cartoon Tom and Jerry. Oh, very good. Thank you. Can you come here? He says, what now the guy in the front desk guy thinks this is a television problem. Like maybe the TV is stuck on Tom and Jerry and he doesn't
Right.
know how to change a channel.
Right.
He says, well, what can I help you with? I'll send somebody to help you, but what are we talking about here?
Right.
Oh, I have a problem in my room. I'm in 112. He goes, yeah, I got that part. What's your problem with Tom and Jerry? He goes, yes, I have Jerry. He goes, you what? He goes, I have Jerry. He goes, you have a mouse in your room? Yes. Yes. It's I have Jerry in my room. He says, okay, well, we can help you. He goes, oh, you come right now? Yeah, I'll be right up there. Oh, he says, bring Tom. That's what he told the guy. He says, bring Tom. He goes, well, we don't have a cat. Oh. He says, but I'll send somebody up there if you have a mouse.
That's awesome.
But that's the only way the guy could figure to communicate with the front desk was to relate it.
Oh my God.
Do you know Tom and Jerry? Okay, I have Jerry. You bring Tom.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Unbelievable.
I was laughing so hard I just couldn't stand it. I'm telling you that. I'm crying here.
I know, you're still laughing.
Because it's funny. I don't know. It's funny the way I told it. I think it's funny the way he told it, but I couldn't play it for you. But it was
Goodness.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You're hilarious.
Oh, well, I am. Just ask me. I'll tell you. I'm a
We
funny guy.
had a great off the record show again. Another one. You weren't too sure about it because our guests kept dropping off the planet.
Yeah, we had a couple guests that were going to call in with stories that they couldn't, like their work. One of them was a truck driver. He's like, I'm just not going to, at that time, I'm not going
Right.
to be in the right place.
For those of you, the Off the Record show is on Wednesday nights, if you're listening to this. And
Yeah.
it's off the record because we talk about
anything.
Conspiracy
conspiracies,
theories,
Bigfoot. We talk about
ghost
ghost stories. Yeah. And Shiloh Ferguson, she's our producer for that show. She's done a good job of lining people up, but she can't, there's nothing she can do if someone drops out.
Right.
It's unfortunate. So I knew we were going to have one guest, and I know the guest. I knew the person who was going to call in. And her husband had called me and said, listen, she's really nervous, so she's not going to talk for very long. And she tells the story, but she tells it very quickly. So just, don't try to keep her on the show. And I said that was fine. I don't want someone to feel uncomfortable, but
Right.
his name is, I always fuck up his name. I call him Hobo Rob, but that's not right.
Hello from Rob.
Hello from Rob. And she's Brown Ease. Brown, capital letter E, apostrophe S. And we know them. Like, we've met them many times.
Yes.
And so I know the show is going to be short because, we don't have a lot of guests. So I want to talk about Bigfoot. I always do a segment in the beginning. You've encouraged me to do a segment. And we had some fun with that one. We had some fun talking about how Bigfoot and this legend of Bigfoot doesn't quite fit with Generation X common sense thinking. There's some stuff that we're like, that didn't make sense.
Right.
Maybe it did make sense, but I solved it. Let's be clear. I don't want to pat myself on the back. I don't want to say that I'm a hero. I think hero is an awfully strong word to use.
You've debunked it.
But I'm a hero.
Okay.
I'm a goddamn legend. And I figured it out. I solved it. There should be no more discussions about Bigfoot ever. I figured it out. I covered it. And you're welcome, America and Denmark. You guys got that for free last night.
But her story
So we strung it out.
gave me chills.
We strung out my segment. So we're like, okay, we got about 20 minutes left in the show. Let's get Brown Ease on the phone. Let's hear her story because we had said it was going to be a quick story. So as a trained broadcast professional, I lined things out perfectly. Mm-hmm. Or so I thought. Not only did she get on the show on the phone and begin telling the story slowly and carefully and from the beginning, she articulated it so well. And I was entranced to just get the buildup.
Yes.
And then she said the crux of the story. You guys got to listen to the crux of the story last night. It's up on. You can go watch it on YouTube, and we'll post it on the audio version on Spotify for you. And the links are all on the webpage. You go to genxtalks.com. Every picture's there. Every link is there. You can go listen to all the stuff we've been talking about, even the interviews. But we get to the point of the story where she's like, well, the dogs are barking outside, and she's working at this big kennel, and it's a big facility. And she says she walks outside to see what's going on with the dogs.
Turns a corner.
Halfway turns a corner, and a full apparition ghost that she can see clearly in the form of a man walks through her.
We had to clarify that.
Yeah.
You said through you, right? And she's
she described it like this. She said, well, imagine if you turn a corner and you bump into somebody because they're coming one way and you're coming the other. So I bumped into him.
oh, it's still giving me chills.
But he was a ghost, so we didn't bump. He went through me. And I went, what? And now I'm expecting her to say, this is scary.
Yeah, it was cold.
The whole sky got dim and my mind was cluttered and I expect all these things. And I said, well, what happened? What did it feel like? And she goes, it was great.
It was peaceful.
It
warm.
was peaceful. Yeah, warm. She said warm. She goes, it was wonderful. And then she goes through this whole explanation how she follows up. I'm not going to ruin it for you. But the show turned out it was
great.
I needed to give her more time. We couldn't just shut off the show at the hour. We had to keep going because she just kept unfolding little pieces where she chased it. And then she found out who it was. I mean, just,
it was awesome. It was an awesome story.
So for, what's his name? Not Hobo Rob.
Hello from Rob.
Hello from Rob and Brown Ease. Thank you for helping us do our show last night. That was one of the phone calls that Shiloh had on ready to go. And it turned out to be it was amazing. Way better than I thought. And she did such a good job. I would have her back on anytime.
Nice.
There's so many questions come up with those stories. You know, you come up with things. I don't know. So I just want you guys to touch on that. It was a great show last night. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys were there. If you didn't catch the replay on it, it was just really fascinating to listen to that. Anyway, where are we at?
You know, as we sit here, your birds are costing me a fortune, just so you know.
What are you talking about?
They're going through feed like crazy now. And you know what? They're getting really fat. They're starting to tilt the feeders. They're so fat.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you on that. The birds outside the window, since you put out those feeders and stuff for them, and the birds, they're fat. These birds are getting fat.
They're getting expensive.
They're getting fat because you're right. They land on these things now.
They're going to have to go on Snap.
And
because they're getting really expensive.
The bird feeders now tilt. They do. They wobble because these birds are so fat compared to where they were a few months ago.
All your fault.
Oh, you know what I was going to tell you before we did the off the record show last night? Something weird happened. Right before the shows, including this show, one of us, usually you, says turn your phone off, and we remember to turn our ringers down. And I got an Android, so I don't know what it's like on an iPhone. But when I go to turn my phone down, I just hit the volume button, and on the screen the volume comes up as a white bar, and you can lower it and raise it on your screen. And if you touch the volume on the screen, then the other bars come up. One is for volume, one is for like ringtone, one is for system, and one's for something. You got 4 bars in doing that.
Okay.
And I just lower each one of them down to 0, so I don't want the notifications to come in loud, or a ringtone to come in loud, or the basic volume. I just lower them all down. There's always 4. It's been always 4 forever.
Okay. Last
night, you said, turn your phone off. It reminded me. I reached over, turned my phone off, and 5 bars came up.
Okay.
And I lowered the first one was volume, and then notifications, and then voice or something, and settings. And there was one in the middle I'd never seen before, and it said AI.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck is AI? Now, maybe my phone just did an update, and there was an AI thing. I don't know, but I'm like, well, fuck AI. I pulled it down. I don't want AI interrupting the show. So whatever it was, I just pulled it to 0. And I just kept looking, going, that's just odd. I mean, I've never seen an AI volume control.
So it's listening to you?
Or wanted to talk, and I was shutting it up. So this morning, I go to tell you about it, and I wanted to show it to you, and it's gone. This morning, my phone is just back to 4 bars. And yesterday, there was a column of lowering volume that said AI in the middle, and now there's just we're back down to 4.
I'm thinking you just saw it because for whatever reason, you see spiders behind me, which weren't
there
even
was
there.
A big spider
and then
behind
you tell
on
me
the
when you
fucking
look out
wall.
the window, you can't even see a freaking bird's head.
No, you wanted me to look at the beak, and that's really
No, it was like his
tiny.
head and his beak area right
He
there.
was a baby finch. How could I could barely see the bird.
Well, obviously you could see a spider.
It was huge, and it was over your shoulder.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I'm not delusional. I'm not making stuff up here.
I'm
couldn't
thinking
see
you're a
the-
little off your rocker.
Well, I'm telling you, I will figure out what that was on my phone because it was really there last night.
Uh-huh.
I just figured it was going to be there this morning. I thought it was an update to the phone. Now it's bothering me because now it's missing.
Oh, okay.
And it was there last night.
All right.
Whatever.
Yep, that's
So,
what you're selling me.
Speaking of garage shows,
We weren't going to talk about the garage shows.
but we are because now you just said it too. I've said the word garage shows. Now you've said
What
it.
is this, like Beetlejuice? Garage show, garage show, garage show, and now we talk about it? I didn't know that was the rule. What the hell?
You said it 3 times and it appeared.
Okay.
I have a problem. And I think no,
Just one?
Just one. And this is serious. And I think you need to focus on it and not fuck with me.
Oh, my
Because I think you're
goodness.
going to tease me all through my explanation about the garage show. And then all of a sudden you're going to go, oh, shit, he was serious. And now I wish I hadn't teased him all the way through it.
Of course I'm going to tease you. That's my job.
I'm saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you're going to make yourself feel bad at the end. You're going to try to all of a sudden go, oh, shit, I need to be serious.
Oh, go.
Garage show used to be just me. Go in the garage, talk about tools. You worked the booth and I was doing my stuff.
Such simple times.
Simple times. And then we went on hiatus for a long time. We were moving and it was cold and we couldn't get in the garage. And we get up to Nevada and we start them up again. And I don't even remember how we got your brother involved. I don't remember what the first one was that we actually did a garage show with bringing in the Sun Valley Fox. I don't remember how that came about, but it was a hit.
Yes.
It really went well. So we danced around like I did a couple more shows by myself, and then we included him. And now we're at a point where it's filmed at his house, and he's involved every time.
Yeah, it's the Sun Valley Fox garage show.
Right. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I tried to remember the other day. How did we get to there? Did anyone ever ask your brother and say, how about we do this all the time with you? I don't think we ever actually communicated that, or whether it just kind of evolved. I don't know. I will tell you that the garage show, being in social media at the level we are, we can tell when things are working and when they're not.
Right.
We can tell what shows. You and I have gotten rid of shows. We've gotten rid of things that we've tried for months and months ago. Look, we gave it the good old college try. We tried this for 4 or 5 months. This isn't working. Mm-hmm. Or we've changed formats on stuff. We've tried this for a year. It's not working. And we've gotten rid of things that don't fit, and we've kept things that do.
Right.
One of the things that I think you and I would agree on is the garage show, if we can get it right, is going to be one of the fastest growing shows we have.
I think so.
We get it down correctly and we do 5 or 6 shows, this is just going to be big.
I think so.
And I think I'm imposing on your brother. I'm not making this up. I'm not looking for a sympathy card here. In a conversation we recently had.
Was I there?
No.
Okay.
And I all of a sudden, in the middle of the conversation, I was put back on my heels and I'm like, oh shit.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. We were just
You did something.
I didn't. We were just talking, and in the course of the conversation, it was almost like, and St. Donna was there too. And in the course of the conversation, I felt like I didn't ask for him to be part of every single show. I never did say, hey, can we come over to your house and film for the next 6 months? I never did ask that. And all of a sudden, I felt like I am imposing. I felt very bad. And I couldn't say anything. You can't just jump out there and go, oh, so if you don't want me here, I'll fucking leave. Then I'll just pack my shit and go. You're in the middle of a conversation. You can't, my feelings were hurt, but not, my feelings were hurt because I think I did it to myself. I'm like, oh shit. You know, when you've done something wrong, you've offended somebody, and all of a sudden you feel hurt inside and you're like, I really fucked up.
Yeah,
I should not have said that. I should not have done that.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know what to do. We have a show set up for Friday, and we're going to go do it because he's on board and we were discussing it. But how do you come across and go, have I overstepped my bounds? I really thought at that moment, I know the Sun Valley Fox enjoys doing it, but that doesn't mean he wants to do it every fucking Friday for the next 12 years. And I never really thought about it. I never really thought to sit down and say, listen, we are steamrolling this forward, and I need to ask you, are you okay with this? Tell me if you're not, because I'd rather him just tell me, let me just be part of the show once a month or twice a month, rather than now I'm just assuming the whole thing. And I really felt bad. And I didn't know what to go with it. I just made sure that he knew during that conversation that this was something special, that he was as big a part of it as I was, maybe even more so. People love him being part of it or us being part of it more than they ever did any of the shows I did by myself.
Okay.
And I just didn't know where to go, so I was kind of caught. But I'm telling you, I think maybe even in more ways than one, because we have the trailer over there and we got Big Blue over there, I'm getting the feeling that we're pushing ourselves more than we should.
So why don't you ask my brother?
I'm going to. I just couldn't ask him at that moment because I felt really awkward.
I think if it was, he would tell you.
I don't think he would.
I think he would.
I think he's trying to. I think he's so dedicated to family that I think even if something in the family area, other areas of life, your brother would say something. But I think in this, he's trying to. You're his baby sister, and he loves you.
And he doesn't say no to me.
He doesn't say no to you. I think I'm hiding behind that.
I think he's enjoying it tremendously.
I know he is. He's good at it. He's more popular on that show than I am. But I think I feel like I'm hiding behind you on the baby sister thing.
I don't think so. Well,
I'm just letting you know that I'm taking that to heart because I value my relationship with your brother so much that now I feel like, fuck, what have I done here? And I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
So I got to fix it. And I'm not sure if Pendleton's the answer. I'm not sure if a Singapore hooker is needed. I don't know what level to go, but I got to do something. Just
okay.
Or you go fix it. You're a sister. Go figure this out for me. Don't.
Why do I have to fight your battles?
Well, because you're the girl. You're the baby sister. Go in there and see if everything's okay.
Do it yourself.
For God's sakes. Well, either way, we're working on that. So anyway.
All right. We've been here a while. I'm starting to. My back is starting to hurt.
Well, I'm letting you know. Here's your house thing. We said we'd come back around to your house thing. I got a hold of a good rock and gravel guy. He's going to come out Monday and pour the road base on the driveway so we can get in and out. He's going to go to the back corner and he's going to pour the road base for where your storage containers are going to go. Somehow Tuesday and Wednesday on those 2 days, I have to level out that gravel area pretty close. I got to get it pretty even. And then on Thursday, they're dropping off those two big 40-foot Connex C-Train containers, and the ground's got to be level because they're dropping them off with or without my help.
Ooh.
And then that's
Sorry.
it. So
whoa.
Your back's starting to pinch?
Yeah. Wow. I just had another one of those things from yesterday. Yeah.
So we're coming along, and then
Sorry.
we're going to have to race and get everything from storage across town into the containers. That's the next thing. So
sounds like a job for you and a bunch of guys.
I don't know a bunch of guys. I'm pretty new to this town.
There's enough guys.
Costco Jimmy, he's laid up.
But he has a son.
He does. He could sit in a chair and boss his son around.
Sounds like a plan.
You can count on Rob, Hobo Rob.
It's not Hobo. Hobo Rob is somebody else.
Well, what's this guy's name again?
Hello from Rob. Would you get it straight?
It just sounds like Hobo Rob. He could come out there, but he's already put in a full day's work once. And your brother is conveniently scheduled his next surgery in life. You're moving a bunch of containers and rocks and gravel and shit.
That's not up his alley.
And rakes and shovels and stuff.
He's prepping it.
No, he goes, I'm going to be down for I'm going to be down till you're done.
Till spring.
Yeah. When are you going to be available to work? He goes, whenever you're finished.
When that house is built.
So I have to do that Tuesday and Wednesday, even if I got to get out there with a rake. I have to do that. I got 2 days to get that done. So we are making progress, and then I'm getting my appointment back with the engineer, the civil engineer. Now listen, you have to pick house plans. We have to buy the house plans because they have to get submitted to the county with the property map.
You told me you were going to get me some to pick from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll do that.
That's what you said. You were going to give me choices. I don't want like 20 different choices. Just give me,
How about if I just give you one and go, that's all we could afford, deal with it?
No.
Well, things are going to move pretty quick. Once the county approves all the plans, then we just pay for stuff as we go. And that's it. Listen, I think it's time to say goodnight, Gracie. We got to get out of here.
Yes.
So that means you have to say goodnight and we can sign off.
All right. Good night.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to the Gen X Talks podcast. It is 11:33 Los Angeles time on a Thursday. This will drop tomorrow for all of you on Spotify and Apple. Thanks for listening in. Not sure where you're chiming in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you listen in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in life. Number one, wherever you go, there you are. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side, because I'm out, baby. I got to go. You're mocking me. You're sitting across the studio mocking me.